Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, with Akim here from GMS Atlanta Church. Back again with another live stream through the Spirit. All right, before we get into our lesson, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
the honor to the apostles, elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. All right, so yeah, you see the title of this video. This title was called "The Angels Are Amongst Us," man. All right, you see a lot of prophecies are being fulfilled. A lot of destruction and judgment is going out in the earth. All right, and you know what the scriptures say, which Lord willing, we're gonna get into those scriptures about how to basically how the angels have power over a lot of these different forms of judgment, man. And also you got the prophets of the Lord, the men of the Lord on the highways and byways pushing His truth, and you have the angels amongst them as well.
Yep.
All right, basically seeing their works, man. You know, giving them words of comfort, giving them certain level of confirmation in the spirit that they're on the right track. All right, which we got a personal testimony. All right, within the last week, we got two different examples of angels coming amongst us, man. All right, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for you brothers out there in the various camps, man. You know, things are getting very interesting and spiritual, man. You know, you at camp and certain individuals come up and you know, give you a blessing. They just disappear, you don't see them again. You know, or probably in your daily life, when you're at work, or you know, your day to day, you see somebody that you know that's a little different, man.
Yeah.
You know, be probably a lot of times be an older looking Jake with a beard.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Might look kind of homeless, but it's like, nah, man, it's something different. It's something up with this guy, man. Those are angels, man. All right, we're gonna get into the scriptures on that. All right, you can start off, or if anybody want to.
I think your guy had the
Hebrews.
Yeah, Hebrews.
Okay.
Etymology.
Oh yeah, etymology.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the etymology of angel from Etym Online. It says one of a class of spiritual beings, attendants and messengers of the Most High.
That's right. Yeah, messengers of the Most High. That's what the word angel means. Messengers. All right, and the men of the Lord, the prophets, we're basically forms of angels. Why? Because we're delivering the word of the Lord. We're giving you the message. All right, but the Lord has angels that come from the heavens and actually oversee the earth. Which you Lord willing, we'll get that precept when it says the eyes of the Lord in every place.
Yep.
You know, that's talking about the angels, man. Because the Most High Himself ain't physically just looking down. He has a structure. Or he has a fleet of beings that go out on the earth. That's why you're seeing so many. Yeah, that's why you're seeing so many chariot sites all of a sudden, man.
Yep.
You know, the chariot sites is increasing a lot because the angels are beholding this place, man. All right, beholding the evil and the good. There was any more?
I got some more, man.
Go ahead.
It says circa 1300. It says fusion of Old English angel and Old French angel. Both are from late Latin angelus, from Greek angelos, literally messenger, envoy, one that announces. It says in the New Testament, divine messenger. And from earlier, when it said attendants, when it says one of a class of spiritual beings, attendants and messengers of God. For attendants, I just went to the dictionary for the word attend. It says to be present at. And then it also says to wait upon, accompany as a companion or servant. So the angels are literally amongst us.
Yeah.
Because they're they're doing their part, you know, being a more direct connection in the spiritual realm, so to speak. They're doing their part to also be the mediaries between the spiritual realm and what's happening here while we're in the flesh.
That's right.
That's right. I got that.
Oh, go ahead. Well,
That Proverbs 15.
yeah.
Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good.
That's right. The eyes of the Lord in every place, beholding the evil and the good. Those eyes is talking about the angels, man. All right. You see them in the form of when they come in the chariots, man. You know, it says in I think it's in the second Esdras, would say the Lord will begin to make an inquisition of the earth. Basically, the Lord's visiting the earth via the angels, man. They said what? They beholding the evil and the good. So not only are they when they basically on you people's ass, starting with the so-called white man, But they also what? Beholding the good, man. Who's the good? The righteous, man. Starting with the men of the Lord that's preaching this truth. That's why they're coming by the camp, you know, telling us, hey, man, y'all keep going, man. We ain't never see this man a day in our life.
Yeah.
I see y'all all the time. You know, y'all brothers out here serious. We ain't right there. Yeah, brother, you remember this guy from somewhere? Nah, I ain't seen him. Yeah, man, you have to keep it up. Got a big beard on his face.
Yeah.
Turn your head 1 second, turn back, he gone. That was an angel, man.
They said, he said, much respect. He said, much respect and peace, man.
Yeah.
Much respect to y'all, man.
That's right.
He said, I had to get off the phone to come tell y'all this, man. He's like, y'all serious. This was yesterday, then the week before, there was an encounter where we believe that an angel came out, right? And both of them happened right when we was closing up the camp.
Yeah, yep,
You know? They were, both of them were super dark-skinned jakes with it wasn't a super big beard, but they had like a gray beard on their face, man. And the week prior to yesterday at camp, we had another individual that came and said, hey, you know, God is proud of y'all. He said, he's proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all, man. Y'all warriors. He said, y'all, you know, he said, I'm a homeless man. He had pearly white teeth.
Yeah.
He had pearly white teeth. And he said, I'm a homeless man. And he said, not to smile in my affliction. So he said, y'all smile in y'all afflictions, man. He said, y'all warriors, y'all got it. And I was like, man, you know, we was like, hey, that had to be an angel. Then we turned back, see where he went, and he was gone. That fast.
Yeah.
As soon as we turned to see where he went, he was out of sight, man. So, you know, through the Spirit, you know, we know that the angels are dwelling amongst us, man. You know, they walking around, man. You know, you have a plethora of different accounts in the Holy Scriptures where actual angels visited the men of the Lord and dealt with them personally, and actually disclosed the fact that they were angels. They would tell them, like, I'm an angel of the Lord. Hey, that's gonna happen again. Hey, right now, if it happened, you know, we'd probably be kind of shook. You know, but the Lord gonna put us in that spirit where certain angels actually gonna come, man. You know, and that's gonna be some real serious stuff. You know.
I got something.
Oh, you got it.
This is Psalms chapter 34, verse 7.
Oh, yeah.
The angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So, like the brother was saying, man, you know, you got angels coming to visit the camp. You got angels on our personal day-to-day who look after us, man. It's all up to, do you believe it or not? Because there's a lot of anti-anointings out here. A lot of guys are saying, we don't believe in the miracles of Yahushua. He didn't do that. They're trying to just get you away from the faith. So one of those things is,
Trying to make us doubt.
yeah, or do you believe that the angels of the Lord are real or not?
Right.
Or do you believe that they're looking after you in your day by day? You might be catching hell, but do you still believe that the angels of the Lord are dealing with you? You know, it's a thing of faith.
That's right, bro. That's right. Yeah, the Hebrews, you got.
Oh, yeah.
This is Hebrews 13:2. Be not forgetful to entertain strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unawares.
And we had a situation about maybe a year and a half ago with E.J. Love. And, you know, as we was going back and forth with E.J. Love, there was an individual that was standing out there, and he was quiet. He didn't say a word. And he kind of looked like King Marshall.
He did. Sure
You know,
did, yeah.
and when you look at him, he looked like King Marshall. He was a real dark-skinned man. He had a gray and black beard, and he had gray hair. And the whole time he was standing out there, he kept shaking his head at us. You know, he was looking at us, he was shaking his head, and he was looking at E.J. Love, and he was like, and he would look at us and smile, and he would shake his head. And you know, and we perceived that to be an angel being entertained. Because we was chopping up E.J. Love in the spirit. And he was like, you know, the guy that looked like King Marshall, was we believed he was an angel. He was just standing right there, and he was just shaking his head the whole time. Then after we wrapped up camp, and we looked for him, he was nowhere to be found. Again, you know, nowhere to be found. So, you know, with this reality being amongst us, you know, we have to definitely be that example that Yahweh Shema Shah told us to be, man. You know, when we're amongst people and we're amongst outsiders and people that don't know who we are, the Lord charges us to be an example of what righteousness is, because you never know who's around. You know, you never know who's around you, man. You know.
That's right. That's why I say the apostle live peaceably with all men. And when you encounter certain people, like the bishop said, you just don't know, man. And that's when you gotta be able to judge spirits, discern, certain individuals. It go back to that camp. You can't be in the hoorah spirit. You gotta know how to gauge, and because you never know who that person is. They might come up. That's why I say don't judge by the appearance. They might come up looking like a derelict or whatever. A lot of times they'll come like that too. They'll just come up looking. If you were just a nigga, you're like, hey, you guys know how to. All right, like, keep teaching. If you know what I'm saying, you gotta know how to gauge the spirit, man. That could be an angel.
Right.
But you got
Corinthians 15.
yeah.
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 39. All flesh is not the same flesh, but there is one kind of flesh of men, another flesh of beasts, another of fishes, and another of birds. There are also celestial bodies. See, and that's why we have to believe this, man. See, this isn't written just to hold the space, so to speak. That's written because this is the truth, man. This is the the inspired word written down of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Right,
so the scriptures say that these different manners of flesh exist. Then God damn it, they exist, man.
That's right.
So and like the brothers been speaking about, there's been numerous accounts in the scriptures in which angels actually came amongst certain individuals, man.
Yeah.
And angels ain't coming around just to be hanging around shooting the shit, so to speak. They come with a purpose.
Right.
They're coming to attend. They're coming to minister. They're coming to serve. They're coming to be, like I said, a more direct spiritual counterpart that we have to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right, bro.
Read that again. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 40. There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial, but the glory of the celestial is one, and the glory of the terrestrial is another. And so there's different manners of bodies and flesh. There's some the terrestrial, we being terrestrial bodies. There's some celestial, some that come from the spiritual realm. But we're all serving, doing our portion in this ministry, so to speak.
That's right.
You see, even with us, even when we send up our prayers and our supplications, we ask, if we send up the Lord's Prayer, we ask to be not to be led into temptation, but to be delivered from evil. So if you're sending that prayer up, are you actually sending it up like you believe that the angels are carrying it to the heavens and are hearing that prayer and actually answering that prayer? I'll give an example today. I'm riding home from work. I've been driving traffic all day, all day. I'm coming home from work. It was like a 5 or 6 car accident on the highway. And moments before I saw that, this white Lexus was driving like a bat out of hell and just came around me like within inches of hitting my car. See, if I didn't send that prayer up, the angels could have very well maneuvered that car around me to make sure I didn't get hit. But we gotta believe these things, man. The brother brought out in Psalms that the angels of the Lord camp around them that fear Him. You see, so this has to be true. But you have to have, in order for you to really believe that these beings exist, you have to have a certain level of fear and reverence in Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
That's right, brother.
Because once again, they're coming with a purpose. They're coming to do a certain portion of this ministry in which they're coming to really to protect us, protect us, to help us grow in the spirit, to be our communicators.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of the legwork, so to speak. And we have to just believe in them, and we have to do our part to communicate and trust that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua is putting these beings around us to protect us, man.
I got something right quick.
Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 1 and 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, actually knowing that these beings exist, knowing that these beings actually exist, that they're watching over you. Actually, to know, I think the word to know is actually Yadai. So you have to know and trust and believe, and also have that fear of the Lord to do to you if you don't be out here in this ministry and don't do His work. That if we can get that scripture, it talks about in Psalm 78:49 about the evil angels. We just read Psalms 34:7 about the ones who protect those who fear the Lord. But there's an opposite to that. You know,
Okay.
what you see what's going on down there
Yeah.
in the Bahamas, man.
Yeah.
Those who don't fear
Evil
the
angels.
Lord, those are evil angels that sin amongst them.
And you saw what happened down there. The brothers got protected down there.
Right.
Yeah.
See, in the midst of the Category 5 storm, you got dead bodies all over the place. You got accounts of men holding on to their kids and their kids being swept away into the storm.
Yeah, that was heavy, man.
Yeah, this stuff is actually happening, man.
Which, by the way, I don't know if we said it already, but we got the inside scoop, man. There ain't no damn 7 people died. You know, CNN.
Yeah.
It's just thousands, man. All right, quiet as kept. We got the inside scoop, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, we got brothers that just actually there that said, look, man, it's thousands of bodies piled up, man.
So you see arms and stuff, arms,
Yeah.
bricks, rubble.
Man,
That was an evil angel.
that was the
Yeah.
angel. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I got that for you.
Go ahead.
This is Psalm 78 and 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath and indignation and trouble by sending evil angels among them.
Ooh. See, it says among them.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know. So hey, man, you could have an angel that could take over a Jacob
Yeah.
and put a spirit on them to fucking careen off the highway and strike the back of your car
Yeah.
to where you just end up in the ditch
Yeah.
like Kevin Hart.
Mhm.
Yes.
His back is fractured in 3 places, man. That was an evil angel got sent to him, man. Hey, because the scripture says that the Lord will send the angels to keep us in our way. You know?
Mhm.
And was that Psalms 91 and 11? He said he will give angels
Yeah,
charge
yeah,
to
yeah.
keep thee in thy way.
Mhm.
So if you get into a situation where, you know, your life down there is on the line, then, you know, 9 times out of 10, the Most High sent the evil angel, unless you're a righteous brother that just got called back to the spirit world. You know?
Yeah.
Other than that, man, the evil angel gets sent to these people out here. But then righteous angels come amongst the flock and give them certain messages,
Yeah.
man.
Mhm.
You know?
Yep, I got something real quick to go with that. The brother put out. It's a classic, Proverbs 17 and 11.
Yeah.
An evil man seeketh only rebellion. Therefore, a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. You see, yeah, a cruel messenger is another way of saying an evil angel. All right, or basically a cruel angel, man. All right, we brought the etymology of the word angel basically means messenger, man. And notice it said,
Cruel messenger.
yeah, cruel messenger, and it said what? A man that only seek rebellion.
Yeah.
You know, when you rebel, which I believe brothers, I know Barzal bring it out a lot, where rebel go into basically making war, you know, to make war against the Most High, man, by not abiding His word. So when you do that, hey, the Lord give you over to an evil angel, man, to put you in a jacked up predicament, whether He just straight up put you to death, or whether He have you just in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, you know, whatever come upon you, man.
Because rebellion
You know?
is the sin of
It's
witchcraft.
a sin. Rebellion is a sin of witchcraft, man. That's a sin worthy of death. It say that we'll say thou shalt not suffer a witch to live.
Yeah.
That's a sin worthy of death, man.
Yeah.
So a lot of you jakes out there, you people that's rebellious against the Most High, hey, the Lord won't let these angels loose, man. They're gonna be jacking y'all up.
Yeah, bro.
Simultaneously, all right, the Lord will have the the angels protecting the men of the Lord, man. You know. Somebody said whoever got.
I got
so,
something.
all right, go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 3 and verse 1. Excuse me. It says, now Moses
Oh
Kept-
yeah.
kept the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the backside of the desert and came to the mountain of the Most High, even to Horeb. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed. So here's just one of many accounts where an actual angel of Yahweh Bashem Shai appeared unto Moses and spoke to him. Okay? Gave Moses the name. Told him what the name was. Gave him a message on what he needed to
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
So think it not strange if it happens to us.
That's right.
You know? Think it not strange, man, because we're reading accounts for our learning. That's why the scriptures say things that were written aforetime were written for the sake of our learning.
That's right.
Okay? So when we read these scriptures, we have to have the idea that this could possibly happen to us.
Yeah.
Think it not strange, man.
Yeah.
When the Most High want to deliver a message, you know, he could come to you directly.
Yeah.
He could go. He don't even have to, you know, give you a message through a YouTube video or through a brother. He could send an extraterrestrial force and put him in the terrestrial realm to tell you straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I probably say too, I'll throw this in real quick. You know brothers believe it because we got like an inside joke and I can't. You know, you might be coming home late at night, pull up in the driveway, brothers get in the house quick. You know, brothers be expecting, yeah, maybe Angel might pop out. You know, and hurry up, man.
Kind of looking like
Yeah.
fumbling over the keys like Freddy Krueger, man.
You know, brothers fear, so you know brothers believe that's gonna happen, man. Angels will actually appear and say, hey, you know, and they gonna be no more, you know, discreet, hey, you know, hey, y'all keep doing that. They gonna be like, look, man, I'm an angel from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man, to tell you this. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be just, you know, it's gonna be clear, man. It ain't gonna be you know, hidden, so to speak, man. They're gonna just manifest, man.
That's deep, man.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, because if it would have happened now, you know, you'd probably be a little shook up. Because when you read the scriptures, when you read Ezekiel, what they would do when they realized that it was an angel, man, they would bow.
I just gotta say that. John.
Yep, John the Revelator.
Yep.
They
told him to get up. Get up.
they would get down.
Yeah. That's right.
Because it's a you know, that's a direct messenger from the. That's just like if you know, if Donald Trump sent you a direct message through one of his members of his advisory or something. You're like, damn, this motherfucker just straight from Trump. You know? So that's how it is with the Most High. It's like this straight from Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This ain't even coming through a different channel of, you know, spirits from, you know, it's coming directly from the spirit world. You know, so that's a very powerful thing, and that happened. You know, and I'm gonna keep reading the account. This is verse 3, Exodus 3:3. It says, and Moses said, I will not turn aside and see this great sight, while the bush is not burnt. And when the Lord saw that he turned aside to see, the Most High called unto him out of the midst of the bush, and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here am I. And he said, Draw nigh hither, put off thy shoes from off thy feet, for the place whereon thou standest is holy ground. Okay? And then after that, you know, it's going to, you know, pursue to explain the message that was given to Moses, what he needed to do. That angel charged Moses to go back to Egypt to gather the children of Israel for the great Exodus, man. So that was a message that came straight from the spirit world. And this is possible. This is very, very possible, man. In these times, really now more than ever. This is the end of the world. You know, this is the end of the greatest, one of the greatest societies to ever exist. So what more now? You know, hey, the angels came to life. Right before I got destroyed and told him what he needed to do. So what more now? You know, that's all I want to say on that.
I got it, Calvin.
Go ahead.
This is Luke chapter 1, verses 28. And the angel came in unto her and said, Hail, thou art highly favored, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women. Verse 29. And when she saw him, she was troubled at his saying, and cast in her mind what manner of salutation that should be. Verse 30, and the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with the Lord. Verse 31, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb, and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Yahushua. So this is actually Gabriel that came to Mary. So that debunks this angel, this debunks this whole virgin birth BS. Because it doesn't say that Gabriel came and impregnated her. For you simpletons out here, and for you Israelites who don't believe in miracles, this was actually like a miracle that the angel of the Lord actually came to this woman, because the scriptures say that the tabernacle of the Most High abides with men. So this is actually a miracle the angel came to Mary to let her know that she would have the Messiah, you know, in her belly, man. You know,
Man,
so you know this
it's a heavy message.
yeah, it's a heavy message,
yeah.
man. Goes to show you that, like, as we keep bringing out these accounts, man, the angels of the Lord, like the bishops keep saying, they could be a message to us in these days, man, where the angels of the Lord can come to us and give us a message. If you came to a woman, how much
Right.
more us who's doing the work? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Man, especially,
Exactly.
you know.
Yeah.
You had something up?
Pass on.
Oh, you okay?
Because you quoted earlier, somebody might have had it, Psalms 91 and 11. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start up a little bit. I'm sorry, 10. It says, "There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling." Hey, you brought the example with brothers in the Bahamas, man. You know, everybody else is getting destroyed and jacked up, limbs overhead, you know, torso over there. But them brothers is good, man. You know, scripture say what? No evil shall befall thee, man. Why? Because the angels was protecting them.
That's right.
It says, verse 11, "For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." You see, and that also going on, what scripture come to mind was that Job 30, Job 33. I think it says the angels sit in the instructions of man when he's sleeping.
Yep.
So the angels, when they say the Lord giving them charge over thee, they really directing your path and where you need to go.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it's coming from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, but he used the angels as vessels, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, to keep brothers safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, brothers might be in a near accident or whatever. You walk out, no scratch on you. You know, who think? Hey, the angels got control over all of that, man.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shem Yahushua protecting you, man,
Mm-hmm.
daily.
Well, look what happened to the deacon in our camp, Al Baja. He
Mhm.
was driving
Yeah.
Interstate
Yeah.
20, and you had two idiots that was trying to race, and they hit him, and he got to a car wreck, and he was unscathed. He basically
Yeah.
got the car, he was unharmed. That
Yeah.
goes to the angels of protecting the man that's doing the will of the Heavenly
That's
Father.
right.
Yeah, that's right, bro.
Yep, you had a few brothers that got into wrecks this year, and it's
Right.
like, brothers still here walking, doing
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
You know, and me, I got into a wreck this year.
Kind of.
Man, like damn, you know,
Yeah.
that was the spirit of the Lord, man. So those angels, you know.
That's right.
I think that was the point on that.
Con, I got another quick account.
Go ahead.
This is the brother Kasha Paulo posted it in on the comment board. Shalom, man. You know, but this is just another account of an angel physically dwelling amongst men. All right, this is Tobit 12 and 15.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and if you read the book of Tobit, Raphael was assisting Tobias on his journey. All right, but the whole time Tobias thought that it was just Raphael was just a regular man. Until at the end, the angel disclosed, his identity. It's Tobit 12 and 15. It says, "I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One." So this particular angel is one of the 7 holy angels that take the prayers back and forth from the righteous to Yahweh Shah. So they go in and out before the glory of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Okay? And it says, this angel was directly sent to Tobias. One of the top 7 angels was directly sent to Tobias, man. So that's heavy. It says, "Then they were both troubled and fell upon their faces, for they feared." And that's like what we were saying earlier, man. When you find out that there was an angel amongst us, you'd be like, "Oh, what's the?"
Yeah.
That's wild, And then it says, "But he said unto them, Fear not, for it shall go well with you. For it shall go well with you. Praise the Most High, therefore." So he said, don't fear, because he said this gonna go well with you, man. Basically, when he go back and give the report on how things went, he gonna give a good report on Tobias. He said, "No, fear not. It's gonna go well with you."
That's why going back to the first question you brought out, I said the angels behold the evil and the good.
Mm-hmm.
So they either going back to the Heavenly Father to give a bad report, or they going back to the Heavenly Father to give a good report, man. So
Yeah.
in that case, that was a good report. That's why like you said, he said, don't, you good. You know what I'm saying? Because what you're doing is righteous, man.
Yep.
You know?
It says, verse 18, For not of any favor of mine, but by the will of our power, I came. So he was directly sent to Tobias for a reason. It says, wherefore praise him forever. All these days I did appear unto you, but I did neither eat nor drink, but ye did see a vision. See? So he created a hologram effect as if he was eating and drinking with Tobias during the journey, but he wasn't even doing it. He was acting as if he was eating. This goes to show you the power that an angel has. He was acting as if he was eating and drinking, but he didn't even eat and drink. But he appeared to Tobias, it appeared as if he was eating and drinking. And the reason why he wasn't eating and drinking is because it tells you like what we read in what was that 1 Corinthians 15? The glory of one in the glory of another, they pretty much differentiate from each other. So angels don't eat, angels don't sleep, they don't eat, they don't have sex. Their glory is another thing. You know?
If I can make a quick point on what you just said too, Bishop, and even last week when the jet came up and we perceived him to be an angel, he had a cigarette in his hand, and it was appearing to smoke a cigarette. But they go to show you too, even when we're on the highways and byways, we have to be more not too quick to judge a man and judge people in general as they come up and they approach us, because even like we had discussed it after the fact, it was like you ain't smell no smoke. Yeah. And even me, I was pretty close to him. I never really saw him like pulling a cigarette. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's especially with the spirit heightening up the way it is, the Most High might be sending certain things to test us, test our understanding, and we gotta make sure that we actually move in the spirit to judge things accordingly, because we want that good report going up.
That's right.
And ultimately, we want to be just and fair judges as well.
And another thing too, like what we were saying, this guy had pearly white teeth.
Yeah.
So if he was smoking cigarettes, his teeth better than mine.
Yeah, his teeth were immaculate.
They were like straight and pearly white.
It was wild. He had the best set of he had some of the best set of trumpets I had ever seen, man.
Yeah. And that's really not a trait of a cigarette smoker.
It's not.
They have yellow teeth.
Yeah.
You know what else I noticed too, just to build on that? The questions he asked, you can tell, like, bro, you know what we doing out here. He was like, so what Bible y'all read the whole Bible?
Right. Old Testament, New Testament.
New Testament. So what's it, bro? I'm thinking like, bro, you know what we doing out here. He's making, he's trying to blend in, so to speak. Yeah, kind of kind of don't know.
His name was Benjamin.
Man, yep. His name was Benjamin.
And then he said too. He said, one of the first kings was a Benjamite. From the tribe of Benjamin.
That's exactly what he said.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And then I had goosebumps. I was kind of nervous. I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, man.
After that we just closed out camp. Like, man, ain't nothing to say about that, man. That's it.
Yep. It says, he says, all these days I did appear unto you, but I did neither eat nor drink, but ye did see a vision. Now therefore give the Most High thanks, for I go up to him that sent me, but write all things which are done in a book. That's pretty much the point. That this particular angel, Raphael, which in the Hebrew is Rapaya Allah, which means healer or heal of the Most High. All right? Heal of the power. Okay? And he was actually dwelling with Tobias, man. Okay? As actually, he looked like a physical human being, man. He looked like a physical human being. So that's very possible. That's a lot of things here.
That's right, yeah.
Just as easy as it is to translate a brother to the heavens. That's a lot of things. We got accounts of Elijah and Enoch. They were translated. He could translate a man from the carnal realm to the spirit realm. He could bring a man from the angel from the heavens to the carnal realm, man.
Yep. I had a quick one just to add on that point. It said Most High basically do anything he wants to. Psalms 115:3. For our power is in the heavens. He hath done whatsoever he hath pleased.
Yep.
That's just straightforward to the point. So the Lord can, ain't nothing impossible with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. You know, if you want to send an angel down in the likeness of a man, you know, it's really like a hologram, like you say, like he's eating and drinking, but he's really not. I think I don't know if the brother found the precept, but it say that the angels don't eat or drink because they're not fleshly beings, so to speak.
Yeah.
Which is how like you brought out the account with Mary. That's how you know the angels can't produce seed because they don't have sex. All right, they're spiritual beings, but they can actually come down and manifest and look like actual a person, man. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I got one from Kasha Kuala.
Okay,
This
go
is
ahead.
Matthew 20:30. For in the resurrection, that neither marry nor are given in marriage,
Yeah.
but are as the angels of the Most High in heaven.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they neither marry or given to marriage, meaning what? They don't have sex. All right, because sex is marriage. When you go into a woman, that's how you become one flesh with that woman. You become joined together, and the angels don't do that.
I got
So that's how you can cut that virgin birth.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah,
I got another one as far as eating. This is Judges chapter 13, verse 16.
Mm-hmm.
And the angel of the Lord said unto Noah, though thou detain me, I will not eat of thy bread.
Mm.
And if thou wilt offer a burnt offering, thou must offer it unto the Lord. For Noah knew not that he was an angel of the Lord.
Damn, that's cold right there. See, that's plain. So that link up right back with Tobit. All right, and he said he was eating and drinking. He really wasn't doing that, man. It basically the Lord made like a hologram to make it basically appear like he was, man. You know, to appear as human as possible, but they don't eat or drink.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they don't produce seed, man.
Right.
You know. Anybody have something?
I got some only beginning. This is Revelation 19.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna start at verse 10. It says, And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahushua is a spirit of prophecy. And of course, we understand this is an angel in this account. But I want to continue reading because it shows the connection of how the angels amongst us that are working amongst us, how they're so close to Yahushua.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So after that, right after that verse, Revelation 19 and 11, and I saw heaven open. So right after this interaction with this angel, John the Revelator saw the heavens open, right?
Mm-hmm.
And behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself.
That's right.
And now, of course, we know, the names of our powers, Yahweh and Yahushua. But it's not a coincidence. Right after the interaction with the angel, and Revelation 19 chapter, it goes heavy into Yahushua coming back. You see, but right after the interaction with the angel, what do you see? Yahushua, and that shows the level of connection that the angels have with Yahushua. Yahushua is the one that's sending the angels down here.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
He's the being the first spirit created.
Yeah.
He has charge of over
has
all
charge.
these spirits,
Yeah.
whether it be celestial or terrestrial.
Mm-hmm.
See, so they're doing. They're like an extension of Yahushua. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And through all that, we doing all this, man. Through the spirit power of Yahushua, the Holy Spirit, and the testimony that we have of this word, we are tearing down this place, man. All right? It ain't no coincidence that this hurricane went through and wiped out the Bahamas, because the men of the Lord have been on the highways and byways prophesying that these exact moments for centuries.
Yeah.
And now is the time in which we're closer than when we first believed, man.
Mm-hmm.
This is the exact moment in time in which all these prophets, all these interactions, everything is coming for this exact moment in time. So why would not the prophecy of the angels dwelling amongst the men of the Lord happen now? It has to happen now.
Yep. And these guys, one body in Yahushua, the direction that they believe, they probably don't even believe that angels came and dwelt amongst us.
Yeah.
You know, because they don't believe in the miracles of Yahushua.
They don't.
And the angel coming from the heavens to the spiritual world, that's a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really a miracle, man. And that requires faith. You know? And the faithless, hey, everybody has not faith, man. You gotta believe that, like what the brother Yadai saying, hey man, you know, we have to believe that this is very, very possible and highly likely to happen to us, man.
That's right.
Okay? This is serious business, man.
That's right.
Alright? This truth is gonna take on a whole nother meaning in these last times, man. Alright? It's gonna mean way much more as it grows and as it manifests. The reality of the truth is going to mean a whole different thing, man.
Right.
All right? Because you're going to be engulfed in it. You're going to be actually witnessing the manifestation of the power of this thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
See, we haven't physically seen the manifestation of the power of this thing, man.
That's right.
When we physically behold the powers and the wonders and the miracles and the signs of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, it's going to give the truth a whole nother meaning to us, man. And it's going to put us in a serious and sober mind state.
Mm-hmm.
So like what the brother's saying, hey man, we got to believe that this is very, very likely to happen to us,
That's
man,
right.
on a serious tip.
That's right.
You know, and it has to be received.
Mhm.
These messages, when these messages was coming from the angels to the men of the Lord, they had to be received and executed.
Mhm.
Okay? It wasn't no vain, you know, I think it might have been an angel, but you know, I gotta work. You know.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Or it might have been an angel, but shit, man, I was supposed to take the chick out, man. Well, I gotta watch my kids now. You better goddamn go on find a babysitter app.
Yeah.
And get an instant babysitter. You know,
That's right.
when the angels give orders and instructions, man, they are to be applied immediately.
If I can read something real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Because, see, and we speak about this all the time, you know, those spiritual exercises, man. This is the exercise of faith.
Right.
Because, once again, how many accounts are in the scriptures of angels interacting with men? What about the concept of the Lord of hosts?
Mhm.
Who are the hosts? The angels.
Yeah.
You gotta have hosts to be a Lord of hosts. You see what I'm saying? But with Jake running from the spiritual exercises, ultimately it's because they don't really believe the way that we Lord willing believe, man. They don't believe that Yahweh Bashim Shai would choose them of all people to be one of the 144,000, man, to choose them to have spiritual powers, to choose them to lead a great multitude, whatever the number is, of the Heavenly Father's chosen elect to salvation to Yahweh Shai. Jake don't believe they're worthy of this calling, man. But somebody got to be worthy of the calling, man.
That's right, bro.
You see what I'm saying? This is Isaiah 13 and 12. I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. Verse 13. Therefore, I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place. And then Jake be scared too. Jake be seeing the prophecies come to pass of the judgment. You know what I'm saying? The judgment on the indignation side. You know, seeing people get jacked up. You see what I'm saying, man? We see certain things, man. Be like you get shook for a minute. You're like, hey, man, Yahweh Bashim outside judge him for his wickedness, man.
Yep, that's it.
So it's like if you're not moving, even like the elder brought out the scripture. Speaking about, it was about the rebellion. A wicked man seek only rebellion. If you're not seeking rebellion, even when you mess up, you ain't gonna be perfect, bro. Only Yahweh Shai is perfect. You ain't gonna be perfect. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna fall short. But a righteous man falls seven times and get back up, man.
That's right.
But are you seeking righteousness? Are you seeking to believe what's written? Are you seeking to feed things of the flesh and feed things in the world? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
This is Isaiah 13 and 13. Therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place in the wrath of the Lord of hosts, and in the day of his fierce anger. See, Jake be scared that they're not. Jake be scared of the challenge, man. So because Jake can't find it within themselves to meet up to the challenge, they say, you know what, the angels ain't real, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I see a little bit more time in America, man. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build this town up, man. You see what I'm saying? Now the chariots.
Go for run for mayor.
You know what I'm saying? The chariots, the chariots ain't they're not the so-called UFOs. Those are the clouds, man.
Yeah.
Because Jake be scared of the challenge, man. Hey, embrace the challenge, man. and embrace that challenge. You get access to understanding all these things, man. And this is the beginning of it. And then you can get excited because you have so much more to look forward to.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
I got a quick precept.
Go ahead, bro.
This is First Maccabees 7:40. It says, but Judas pitched in Adassa with 3,000 men, and there he prayed, saying, O Lord, when they that were sent from the king of the Assyrians blasphemed, thine angel went out and smote 185,000 men. Okay, so that's 104. Hold on, that's 180. Hold on, I'm trying to get the number right. It says 185,000 of them. So that's 180,500.
I think it's 185,000.
Yeah, 100. That's what I meant to say. 185,000 men that one angel smoked.
That's just one angel called down.
Yep, that's just one angel. So angels could come down and get busy. You know, they could come. The angels could come in any form, in any way to deliver a message. Okay, in any way they could come peaceably or they could come violently, man. All right. You even got an account where an actual donkey spoke.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
So the Lord can do many things, man.
Yeah.
You know, He can deliver a message through anything, man.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That you said that the angels, that account, the angels called down the 185,000. That goes to show you too that the angels, they're warriors, man. That's why we read the prophets speak about one of the titles of the Lord is the Lord of Hosts, and the word host goes to the armies, man. The armies talking about the armies in the heavens, man. You know, those angels, man. Which is gonna be where Yahweh shall return. You know, you got it.
That's right, man. You know, and that's man. Look, man, we like the Elder Rocks that I've been saying these past couple of weeks. You know, this thing getting serious, man.
Yeah.
You know, we seeing this thing developing. We seeing this thing, you know, continue to pick up momentum, and we're seeing more and more things happening. A lot of good things happening on the right side, but a lot of bad things that are happening to the wicked.
Yeah.
We're seeing these storms, but at the same time, we're seeing brothers coming up on the level. We're seeing brothers being protected, brothers being blessed, you know, spiritually. You know, brothers dedicated. You know, like this brother been out working all day, man.
Yeah.
You know, in the hot ass sun. Up early, bright and early.
Yeah.
Busting his ass all day, doing the work.
Doing the work.
It's a blessing behind that, man. You know?
Yep.
So we're seeing the increase. We're seeing the increase of knowledge. We're seeing the increase of faith. We're seeing the increase, the doctrine is swelling, it's growing. All right? Angels coming down and hey, the angel that came to the Dallas camp.
I was about to say that. Well, actually, I was going to mention, I had his image in my head the whole time. The other one that's at the football game.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking about him.
I think it was Cowboys.
Cowboys Redskins.
Yeah.
The one you talking about, that was that one too. But yeah, him, the one that was at the Redskins,
Yeah.
he was chilling in.
Yep.
I forgot what brother it was. Got the screenshot.
That was brother Quasha out there in Houston.
Yeah. He watching it. He had to be sitting there. Now that was like straight up, like, bro, come on, man.
That was dope, yeah.
That, yo,
That was
full white fro beard.
Yeah.
It was just sitting there, man, in the football game, man. Now,
Man.
why do you think he was there? He was there watching the damn Cowboys and the Redskins. Now he was taking the notes, man. You know, something big might happen out there in Dallas real soon. You never know.
Yeah.
He was there for a reason. And then, like you said, you had the other angel that came to the when the brother Shahar was out there. He said he had all the stones on. All stones
He said
on
he knew the name of the
the
Lord.
Lord. Yep.
Yep.
You see? Yeah, man.
And then we ran into the confusion of face Jake that knew the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So this stuff gets this stuff that was the same day that was the same night we saw
That was the same night we seen the other angel. And I was looking at him kind of like,
it was like, what's going on?
okay, we just left camp less than 2 or 3 hours ago, and I was like,
Now we dealing with this. Yeah, it's heavy
message
messages
of this
being
guy,
delivered.
man, you know?
Heavy messages are being delivered.
But that should be comforting to us, though.
It is.
For some sake, because that go to show you that the true knowledge is really going forth.
That's right, bro.
You see what I'm saying? And the angels are doing a big part of that. And like brother speak about, we are terrestrial angels as well.
That's right.
We're attending to the ministry. We're attending to Yahweh Shah's flock. We're doing the best that we can to bring forth fruit, meat for repentance. We angels too. You see what I'm saying? Now it's different, it's different types and different forms. You know what I'm saying? But these things, you gotta get to a point. We can't really be shocked about this type of stuff. It's like, hey, this is beautiful. It's beautiful that brothers go out and see an Israelite foreigner, just like us catching hell. You know what I'm saying? One woman, putting the clamps on his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, like you say, think it's not strange. So if we think if we normalize these trials and these tribulations, and we normalize these afflictions, well, we can't think it's strange for these type of phenomena to happen as well, man. Hey, because this is a lot more things that got to take place, man. Still got miracles gonna have to happen. People gonna get literally people gonna get raised from the dead, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a whole nother level of faith.
It's gonna be literal too for you jabronis out there in YouTube world.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be symbolic. We just ready you teaching. Nah, it's gonna go to another level, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be literal for you little pipsqueaks.
I got something real quick. Because I was just, the bishop that mentioned the account with the ass in Numbers 22. And it just made me think about this precept, man. And Buzz mentioned it, I believe I was watching the DC camp. They had a camp either a day or two ago. Buzz was speaking about the milk too, man. The milk is super important. But just in going to the account, for the sake of time, I'm not gonna go into it, but going to the account with the ass and Balaam, and at the end of it, I'm gonna read the last part though.
God.
This is Numbers 22. This is Numbers 22 and 24. And brothers want to, or sisters want to go into the account. It's in Numbers 22. Numbers 22 and 24. But the angel of Yahweh Shah stood in the path of the vineyards, and the wall being on this side and the wall on that side. And when the ass saw the angel of the Lord, Yahweh Shah, she thrust herself onto the wall and crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, and he smote her again. See, so I just thought about it, just reading that account. See, if you can't really perceive certain things that's happening, like the ass is seeing the angel, like, bro, like this angel, something going on right here, man. But Balaam couldn't perceive it in that moment. It actually ended up causing him harm.
Yep.
He ended up getting his foot smashed between the ass and the wall. But that made me think about this precept, Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. It's very, very, very important that we consider these things, man. We have to. We can't be. This ass was simple as simple as animals are. In which now on my job, I see animals, man. Donkeys are lit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Donkeys are very lively, and they have animals have a certain level of spiritual keenness. You see, but we have to be tuned. We have to consider these things, man. If we really hope and pray and put our marbles in the basket of Yahweh Shah coming and saving us, we trust in those names and in those powers. We got to trust in the entirety of the book, man. Right. And the angels are part of that book. What about this account?
That's right.
What about this account in Numbers 22? Was it not an angel that stood before Balaam and the ass?
And then the Lord said he opened Balaam's eyes, and Balaam seen the angel.
Right.
Yep. And he bowed before the angel. So this is a heathen.
Yep.
Yeah, he's heathen, yeah.
He's a Moabite, if I'm not mistaken. The Lord opened his eyes so he could see an angel. So man, this thing is beautiful, man. This thing is beautiful, bro.
I got some.
God.
This is
Yeah.
1 Peter 1 and 12. Unto whom it was revealed that not unto themselves, but unto us they did minister the things which are now reported unto you by them that have preached the gospel unto you with the Holy Spirit sent down from heaven, which things the angels desire to look unto. So the angels desire to be in our life. They looking down like these brothers down here. They doing the work. They going through these afflictions. They desire to see. They desire to be in the flesh and deal what we deal with. So we should glorify in that, and that should build our faith up to know that the angels looking at us.
Yeah.
So how could you say that angels don't exist?
That's
And
right.
how shall they do these different miracles
That's right.
when the angels are looking down? Like, yeah, I see this brother down here. You know, he's doing the work. He's doing the things that the Lord commanded of him. So how the hell do you sit here and try to go against what the scriptures have already written, man? You know.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, man. And we know there's people that see this title and they mock and scoff at it. He's got the angels among them. Yeah, we do believe that, man.
Absolutely.
You know, we don't care how far-fetched it may sound to you. It ain't for you, man.
That's right.
It's only for the sincere brothers that believe, man.
Hey,
You know?
we had the angels pop up behind me and the apostle Ramla when we was doing their on location.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You talking about
At
y'all
the last
recording
station.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Hey, brother seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a physical manifestation. So we know what's up, man.
Yeah. That's right.
And them angels, those the vehicles.
Mhm.
They can come, they can manifest, man.
Yeah.
You read Ezekiel the first chapter, and say that the angels came out of the wheels.
Mhm.
You know, and it described that they have skin of burnished brass.
That's right.
That's what it says. It says when they came out, they had the skin of burnished brass. Okay, meaning they dark skinned. They dark skinned. They have a dark skinned appearance when they come down.
Mhm.
You know, so this thing is deep. You know, these words are literally living, man. Like what the brother Ainah just went into, man. These words are alive and kicking.
That's right.
Okay?
Right.
This thing is known as the living water, man. Living water moves.
Yep.
So what makes this word concrete is because this stuff is actually happening, man.
Yeah.
It's not like we read in a novelty, Judy and the Bees or some shit. Okay? Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like no, we're not reading nothing like that. No R.L. Stein book. You know, this book that we reading is actually manifesting it before our eyes, man. It's happening to us.
Yeah, it's happening.
Like the movie The Never Ending Story.
Oh yeah.
The book started happening to the kid. Like he was reading the book, but as he got deeper in the book, he started to realize that the book was about him, and it was happening to him.
Yeah.
And he had to actually manifest. He had to actually do something to manifest the book. So this is what separates, you know, the rest of these different denominations and these Israelites. Because you Israelites don't believe in the Holy Scriptures, man.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You are the den of thieves, man. You are the house of the thieves, man. You're trying to use this word as if you believe in it, but you're just using it for filthy lucre's sake and vainglory, man. That's why you're using the Scriptures. You don't fully believe, man.
That's right.
This is only for the 144,000 and
That's it.
1/3, man.
That's it.
You know?
Hey, like,
And we believe that the angels gonna manifest, man.
that's right. Like we was talking in the kitchen earlier prior to the stream. We was like how the more time goes on, the Lord makes it more and more clear and distinctive who's serious, who like the bishop said, who's in it just for money, vainglory, trying to save the black community. We ain't in the truth for that BS, man. Yeah, debating Sarnelli and you know that BS, man. You know, it's becoming more and more distinct who the true men of the Lord are, man. Who's really doing what the scriptures say, man. You know?
That's right, man.
I had something really quick. This is Matthew's 18 and 10. It says, "Take heed that ye despise not one of these little ones," which the little ones is another alias for the elect, right? The ones that believe in Yahweh Shai.
That little sanctuary.
That's right, that little sanctuary, man. It says, "For I say unto you that in heaven their angels do always behold the face of my Father which is in heaven." So you know how people say you got like your own guardian angel? Well, that's technically true. We all got angels that's assigned to us, all right, that's with us on our daily walk, man. All right, so hey, these little ones that, like Bishop said, that little sanctuary, the elect, all right, the house of David, and we got, I say we because we are the hopeful elect, and we got angels that's with us, man. You know, that's going back reporting to the Father and tell them of our works, man.
That's right.
That's why what confirms that you got, hey, going back to the Angel Kim again, hey, keep doing what y'all doing.
Yep.
You know, he's confirming our works, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, basically giving us that comfort, that motivation, hey, keep going. Because evidently something's about to come to America. You know, going back to the storm, what's the Hurricane Dorian? Brother said yesterday, Thursday, it was another, was it a hurricane or a tornado? They said it was about to hit the shore and it went right back. So it's the Most High is teasing America, man. Something big is about to happen.
Yeah.
And then simultaneously, you got these angels popping up telling us to keep doing what y'all doing. Stay in the fight, keep teaching. Damn, y'all always out here. Y'all must be serious about this thing.
Yep.
Why are they doing that? Because they confirming that this is the truth, man. You know, and this is the path that we gotta walk. You know? But that was the point on that.
God, I got something.
Go ahead.
This is Bel and the Dragon 1 and 33. It says, now there was in Jewry a prophet called Habakkuk, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field for to bring it to the reapers. But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go, carry the dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him up by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. So the angel literally came and grabbed Habakkuk and transported him to the lion's den. So he was physically touched by an angel, by an extraterrestrial force, and physically moved out of his place into another place for a purpose. Notice every time the angel comes, it ain't, hey, you should try to take a shot. You know, it ain't, you know, what y'all got going on, you know, at the camp. No, it's a specific order. Go take the food to Daniel. Okay?
That's right.
Go leave Sodom and Gomorrah now. You know, it's plenty of plethora of occasions in the scriptures where angels gave direct messages, man. You know, Moses. You know, like what the brother just read about Balaam. All right, direct. Okay, and then here's another example of an angel visiting a man of the Lord. So, in essence, hey, we can't be surprised if it happens, man. You know, I mean, you know, we in the flesh, so you know it's gonna be abnormal. You know, I'm pretty sure brothers ain't gonna respond like it's a normal thing. But at the end of the day, certain things must be expected. You know, like when a miracle is performed, you shouldn't be there.
Right.
You're supposed to be like, oh man, call all y'all, I mean, it's beautiful. You know, not just like your mind is, you know, we gotta expect. We have to expect these things, man. When Peter was walking on water, man, Yahushua wasn't, you know, he really wasn't even impressed.
Yeah.
He wasn't impressed because Peter was walking on water. He said, man, come on, oh, you have little faith. So walking on water is considered little faith.
That's a light thing.
You know?
Like,
Walking on water is, if you can't walk on water, that means you have little faith. You see that? That's deep, man.
That's bad,
So continuing on, it says, and Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High have sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Most High. Neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. So he took him there, dropped the food off. Daniel blessed the Lord, and then immediately he took Habakkuk back. Just used him for a purpose.
Yeah.
Hey, he could have used anybody.
Yeah.
But he wanted to use Habakkuk, man.
That's right.
For a particular reason, man. And these are the instances, these are the things that's going to take place in the planet Earth, man. All right? You got something, bro? Anybody?
Yeah, I had something since using Daniel. This is Daniel chapter 3. Then with Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego. I'm just jump to the point. Right, you can read the whole chapter on your own. This is Daniel 3 and 28.
Then Nebuchadnezzar spake and said, Blessed be the power of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who have sent his angel and delivered his servants that trusted in him.
Yep, 'cause it was an angel in the fiery furnace.
Yeah, Mr. Furnace, yep.
And you know, through the spirit, we believe that the angel was Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai.
Shai, that's right.
You know,
That's right.
I think if I'm not mistaken, it said that the Son of Man was the Son of Man.
Yep,
In that
Yeah.
account, I think it
yes, yeah,
25,
25, 25.
Does it say Son of, there was the Son of Man in it?
God, yeah.
Matter of fact,
Son,
I'm
son.
gonna read it, jump right back down. Verse 25, he answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire.
Well, I thought it was the 3 holy children.
Right, exactly.
So I see
Right.
4 men loose.
That's right. It says, walking in the midst of the fire, and they have no hurt. And the form of the 4th is like the Son of the Most High.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
You know what's so heavy about this whole topic and discussion is really Yahweh Shai's the ultimate angel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai's delivering
First.
delivering the ultimate message.
Yeah.
It's the
That's right.
repent and get right with the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
If you an Israelite. So really, at a certain extent, if you don't believe in angels, you don't believe in Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man.
Look how he came as Melchizedek, and he set up the order for us to be the nation of kings and priests
Come
now.
on,
man.
Because that was only set up for the Levites, but
Yeah.
he came on the earth and set that order up.
He
Now,
led us through the wilderness.
Khan,
Yeah.
He led us through the wilderness. He was the finger of the he was the finger of the Lord that wrote the angel that came and wrote the laws on the tablet. That was Yahweh Shai. You know, he was everywhere.
Hey, the priest, I can't, the priest of Zion, he made, it was kind of funny, but it's true. Now you watch the different Marvel movies,
Yeah.
and Stan Lee always make a cameo. That's like Yahweh Shai.
Yep.
He always make a cameo
Yeah.
throughout all the scriptures. He always like pops in, it was an angel, it was a man clothed in white. They don't mention their name, but it's like, it's Yahweh Shai.
That's Yahweh Shai.
You know, all throughout the scriptures, man.
Yeah, everywhere.
Genesis, you know, all throughout, man. You know, and the Apocrypha, he's all through there, yeah, the whole book, man. Constantly making cameos,
Wow.
you know. That was point on Daniel 3.
I'm gonna give another quick precept
Okay.
to prove that Yahweh Shai was the one that that led the children of Israel through the wilderness, and he wrote the laws on the tablet. Let me see, y'all bear with me one second. Yeah, here we go. Hold on, that's not it. Try something real quick.
Because remember, why the bishop's getting that, remember the scriptures say, Yahweh Shai said, well, I come in the volume of the book, meaning the whole roll, man. You know? So we read these certain accounts which speaks about an angel, you know, doing this and that for the nation of Israel, saving them out of a certain situation, or giving them guidance. Man, that's Yahweh Shai, man, more than likely, through the spirit, man. You know, cause like Brother Yadai said, he's the top angel on the earth, the top angel in the heavens, man. He's that first created spirit, you know.
Yep. Here we go. It says, Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15, and this is to prove that that was Yahweh Shai that wrote the laws on the tablets. This is Wisdom of Solomon 18 and 15. Thine almighty word leaped down from heaven out of thy royal throne as a fierce man of war into the midst of the land of destruction. All right, meaning that was talking about the Egypt. It says, and brought thine unfeigned commandment as a sharp sword. See? So he brought that commandment, he leaped off the throne and brought down that commandment as a sharp sword. And it says, and standing up filled all things with death, and it touched the heaven, but it stood upon the earth. So in essence, like what brother is saying, Yahweh Shai is the ultimate messenger. You know, he has the ultimate message, you know, and he's delivering that message through different messengers, including us. So sometimes us being messengers, we have to receive a message from another messenger.
That's right.
You know, it's kind of like that. What's that game you would play as a childhood? Where you
Telephone.
Yeah.
You would whisper something in somebody's ear, then go around the whole classroom and see if the message is still pure and intact. And it's always a black ass nigga that makes it.
That's the dudes in Israel.
Yeah.
The ones that had the truth, learned it, then started teaching perverse things and go and slap the hell off.
Yeah. It's
That's
always
y'all,
a
man.
dumb ass nigga
Yeah.
that throw off the whole cycle.
Every time.
Everybody get it.
Every time.
It be, you know, when they call and they be like, okay, what was the message? What was the message? As soon as they get to that, well, I thought I heard. There's always a black ass nigga, man, that messed the whole message up, messed the cycle up, man. Okay.
You know?
That was all I had, though.
Anybody had anything else?
Nah.
So yeah, you know, so we're gonna wrap up on that. You know, Lord willing, you know, those brothers and sisters that tuned in was edified, all right? We're gonna sign off, give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakadash.
the Divine City Apostles, Elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Lord willing, to the next lesson. Shalom.
Shalom.
Come. Goodbye.